the current president of the Northeast Wisconsin Rotary eClub. This is our live speaker webinar for the month of April. And our speaker tonight is Robbie Bauer, and he's going to be talking about Camp Belong. And I'll throw it over to Robbie.
Hi. Like you said, we're talking about Camp to Belong. My wife and I are co-directors of the camp. I started working with it back in 2011. We're a camp for kids in foster care that have been separated from their siblings. Wisconsin has about 7,000 children placed in out-of-home care, and we have about half of all of those kids are separated from at least one of their siblings. So we have a camp session that is once a year. During August, we have that one session, and then we do have some other connection events that we hold throughout the year. This will be our third camp session this year. Our first year we had 30 kids, and then the next year we had 37 kids, and this year we're gonna hope to cut it off around 45. We don't want to grow too quickly. Although I think we could if we allowed it to. So what we do at camp is very much like any other camp. We do the horseback riding, swimming, fishing, doing the, all of the normal things, archery, that other camps do. But with our camp, what we do is do some special programs that have the benefit of helping bring siblings together. So we have one program, it's called the Sibling Pillow. What we do is we have a blank square of fabric that kids can write a message on. That actually, I think I have one that I can show you. It has a blank square on it, and then the kids decorate it and they write messages to their siblings. The pillows are then given or are swapped, and the kids just get to take those home with them then. I know oftentimes what you see the kids do when they get it is just immediately hug it to themselves, and it becomes very special to them. I know we've had parents contact us and tell us just how special that pillow has been for them, that the kids sleep with them frequently. So that's one of the events that we have. We have a birthday party event. During the birthday party, well, we have a birthday party, first of all, because kids in foster care that are separated from their siblings don't get to celebrate special events like that together. So we do have one big birthday party. It's everybody's birthday that day. They get to pick out presents for each other. They decorate a cake. They decorate some very ugly cakes, but I love that part of it about it, actually. And then we have this huge birthday party where we just bring out all the cakes and just sing happy birthday over and over again. That is one of the more special events that we have it's special to me because the first year that they did that, the founder of camp, Lynn Price, and her sister were at the camp. They surprised her with a birthday cake of their own, and the one sister, the older sister, got very emotional about that and said she hadn't celebrated a birthday with her sister ever before. So it was, and they were in their 40s. So usually I can't tell that story without crying or getting teared up. What else do we do? We have during our opening and closing campfire, we have a stick or a connection totem that we call it, It's basically a talking stick, but we call it a connection totem, where we pass it around and give the kids an opportunity to express to each other what they feel about each other and how much the camp has meant to them. We give the kids a lot of opportunities to express themselves, and it's really pretty heartwarming to see them actually take advantage of those opportunities. Not a lot of kids can do that, or actually do that. So, what else can I tell you? So in addition to our camp, we do have connection events. February 11th, we had a connection event at the Children's Museum here in Fond du Lac. We had, it was a mini camp basically. What we did is we had the kids come through and we had stations in which they were able to do a lot of the fun activities that we do at the actual camp. So that the kids rotated through these stations. During that, the care providers were given an opportunity to be in a session with Dr. Clausen, who's a therapist here in town, who did like a self-care event. So he did that with them, and then at the end we had them come back together with the kids, and they exchanged the pillows, because we did do that project with them. So the kids, the parents got to see the kids actually do this event, and I guess you just have to kind of see it, because it's pretty powerful to see it. So in addition to that event, we do have an event coming up on April 23rd. It's actually our fundraiser, but we're also doing it as a connection event. It's a bowl-a-thon here in Fond du Lac at Parkway Lanes. It's teams of 5 are to come together and raise at least $500 each. Each team is to raise $500. So to put on the event. I'm sorry. So we made it a connection event by having some teams that are raising funds that aren't actually going to bowl. So I'm doing that for myself. I'm not going to be bowling that day, but I am raising the money so that if there's some kids that are from camp that want to come, they can come without having to worry about doing the bowl-a-thon. So, okay. Do you guys have any questions?
I have a ton.
Okay.
So you said there were roughly 7,000 kids in Wisconsin who are in need of this program, but you can only, host so many. Is there a selection process, or how are the kids selected to attend?
We get the word out through the Coalition of Children and Families, and through some other sources about just getting the word out, and we accept referrals. We actually don't have a lot of referrals that we have to sort through. Like, we haven't had to turn any kids away yet. I think we'll get to that point, but as of now, I think we're small enough that we haven't, people don't know about us enough to actually get to the point where we're going to have to turn kids away. But I think the other thing about it is that even though there's 7,000 kids and there's half of those are separated, not all of them are within the age range of what are needed in order for them to come to camp. So I think there's a lot of other factors too that play into why why we're not getting that many referrals. Okay,
what is the age range?
We take 7 to 21.
Okay.
The first year we actually had a 21-year-old that came. She was pregnant at the time, so I guess we actually take in utero to age 21. So, but it was kind of a neat thing because that sibling group hadn't seen each other for 2 years prior to coming to camp, and we gave the younger kids some money so that they could go buy some gifts for their sister, and we did like a mini baby shower, a separate baby shower. We took the kids aside and did this. So it was kind of neat. We had some volunteers that made some a quilt for the baby. So it was pretty special.
How much does it cost per kid to put it on?
It costs us $1,200 per child. So we do we do have to do quite a bit of fundraising to make that happen.
Do you have grant programs or like United Way or something like that funds it?
We do have some assistance from the United Way of Fond du Lac. The Fond du Lac Area Foundation has supported us. We also have a private foundation in Milwaukee area that is given to us. The camp is open to statewide, so we do have all over the place kids coming. We do charge a $500 campership fee, but we will not allow that to prohibit kids from coming. If they can't afford it, then we do end up paying the full amount for them.
And that's what the bowling fundraiser, $500, is kind of centered around?
Correct, yeah.
So kind of help give themselves a scholarship if they need it.
Yep.
And so you said it's open to anyone in the state. Regionally, is it mostly Fox Valley area or?
It has been. You've got, that area has had more kids coming to camp than even Fond du Lac, which is where I say even Fond du Lac because I'm from Fond du Lac.
Sure.
And I work for social services here in Fond du Lac. So that area is getting even more kids than what we here in Fond du Lac are bringing. So I don't know what happened that you guys are getting so many kids coming, but it's pretty awesome that you guys are. So we also have, Sheboygan is another big area that we get some kids. Our camp is located in Plymouth.
That was my next question.
Yeah, it's located in the, we contract or we rent Camp Anakiji, which is a camp right on Little Elkhart Lake. It's beautiful, beautiful facility.
How many staffers do you have to put it on?
We have a high ratio of camp volunteers to kids. It's two for every one child, or I'm sorry, every one volunteer, we have 2 kids. So 2 to 1 ratio, which is a lot higher than what is required from the American Camper Association, which is like, I believe, 6 to 1. And we do that intentionally because we have a higher needs group of kids.
How long is the camp? Is it a couple days or a week?
It's 6 days, 7 nights, or the opposite, 7 days, 6 nights.
So, one question is, and you said there's fundraising and things like that. Is there anything that our members could do to help support Camp Tupelo?
Other than fundraising?
That's the big one. That's the big one, right?
Good one. Actually, volunteering, and we certainly need volunteers because that is a high percentage of, or a high number of volunteer campers that we need, or counselors that we need. So even if, but it is a long amount of, a lot of time to set aside for somebody, so that can be challenging. So even if you can't do that, if you're able to come and just volunteer for certain events, like if you want to volunteer for a carnival event or for the birthday party, we could certainly use help there. The carnival especially, we like to have a lot more people around, because the area that we're having the carnival in is like a large area, and we want to make sure that we have the area covered so that we don't lose any campers. So
Bad PR.
Do you collect like donations or anything you need for supplies, or is it when you do collect donations, do you prefer funding?
We do take in-kind donations. We have the Pillow Project is one where we always have a need for quilting supplies, but also just having people quilt is another way that we could volunteer for us. We put together the quilts ourselves, so they so it does take quite a bit of work, and we have a good solid base of volunteers already that are doing these for us. But as we grow, it's going to get more and more demanding for our volunteers to keep up with that demand.
You mentioned connection events throughout the year. Is it just like one or two, or do you have like a quarterly thing to get the kids together? Or?
We're working on quarterly. So far, we've had we had the most recent one, but then we've had ones where let's see, we had it was a show. It was a Cirque du Soleil show that we were able to bring the kids to. That one was cool, but it was also free because Cirque du Soleil is a place or a group that donates tickets to programs like ours. So, what else? We've had another show. There was a holiday Christmas show that we took the kids to. So those are I think we did those two shows, and then this most recent one at the Children's Museum.
Very nice.
I would like to get to a point where we're having another camp, probably in like a winter camp, where we're going to have the families, caregivers coming with the kids to the camp. So, and we'd probably also try to hold that at Camp Anakiji. So I have a lot of plans, but not a lot of time. I do have a full-time job.
Not a lot of time, not enough money, right? That's always a problem.
Yeah.
Good. Jean, do you have any other questions?
No, I got them all. Thank you.
Me as well. Do you have anything else to add, Robbie?
No, I thank you for your time. I do have an email that I can send to you with some of the information about. I have a brochure, and then I'll send some information as well about the bowl-a-thon. And if you need anything else or would like anything else, just let me know.
No, that'd be great.
We'll attach that when we post the video.
All right.
Very good. Well, I appreciate your time, Robbie, and good luck with everything.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.